ಬೋಧಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಪಾಡ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಚಂದ್ರಿಕಾ ರೈ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಕಳೆದ 3 ದಶಕಗಳಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಒಂದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ರೋಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚಂದ್ರಿಕಾ ಅವರೇ, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲು?
Volvo ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ VP ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆನ್ ಎನೇಬ್ಲರ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಚೈನ್ which enables software defined vehicle to be able to develop embedded software and deploy it, make the truck upgradable and updatable. That is my challenge, which is very exciting because it is new. It will be the norm for automotive in the coming years. It will enable a lot of services and a lot of possibilities.
ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ನಾವು ಇಂಥದ್ದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಒಂಥರ ನಾವು ಈ ಹಾಲಿವುಡ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬಾಲಿವುಡ್ ಮೂವಿಗಳಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಅವೇ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು, ಅದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ಗಳಿರೋದಂತೆ, ಏನೋ ಜೇಮ್ಸ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಮೂವಿಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ನಿಜ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Correct. Now, I remember now Minority Report. I don't know if you have seen that movie. It was very interesting. I think almost 20 years back. Adralli Tom Cruise was, taking all the screens gesture based. Cars ella building ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗೋದು. So it looked so futuristic and possible, right? You could predict what will happen in the future, stop the crime. And ಈಗ AI, autonomous, whatever is happening with software defined vehicle looks like it is here. It is now, and it is amazing to be in that future which you saw more as a fiction at that time.
ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೋಲಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಹಾಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳ ಸೇಲ್ಸು, ಸರ್ವಿಸು ಅಥವಾ R&D ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೌ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ನೋ ಯು ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ like have many ideas, many thoughts. You are also full of energy always, wants to do different things. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ?
I think by default, I just like being with people. I get a lot of energy being with people. Then, is there difference between people across the world? Of course, when you first meet them, the mannerisms, behavior could be different. How they perceive things or communicate could be different. But when you start to get to know them, they're just people. We like laughing together. We just like the same things. We want to add value in whatever we do. Everyone has their hobbies and creative stuff that they love, and you just get into conversations, get to know each other. Then the country barriers or the culture barriers just goes away because we love being with each other.
ನೀವು ಜಪಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ, and you worked in US, you worked in Sweden, right? So what are some of the things you would like to share about that experience? How it shaped up your maybe the experience around cultural nuances or your leadership?
If I start with US, I think it was more freedom, independence. That was what I really learned in US, that you are self. You make yourself, right? So it was easy in that sense because as based on my upbringing as well, I think that was more normal for me than a very hierarchical structure which is in India. So that really shaped me up because that was my first experience abroad, just 2 years into my career, and going there and just seeing everything new and you can be whoever you want was great. Japan also was a good balance because I think when you start, you think you are self-made, you are independent, and then you go into this society where everything is about the collective, right? Where you truly are always looking out for each other and working as a team and not as a self. So completely an opposite experience, and you start to see value. There is, life is about balance. I think you need to be able to balance between collective and self. So Japan really taught me how to balance that, and discipline. I'm not the most disciplined person, You know that. you know. So,
Again,
it
yeah.
helped me to learn that as well. Then Sweden, you have been there. We have been discussing this quite a bit. Their minimalistic
Yeah.
way of life, everything is about being average and lagom, not really,
Lagom.
lagom. I love that word. How do you balance and be average? So Sweden was a different experience as well. So yeah, you learn so many things when you meet people.
When you see all this, no, then how do you compare that with our Indian culture, ways of working? What are some of the good things as well as some things what we can learn from it?
I think our strength as Indians is we adapt. We can really adapt to the situation. We can thrive in uncertain, unpredictable situations as well because we grow up like that, right? Nothing is predictable. The buses don't really come on the time. Yes, it has improved quite a lot, but I think that just comes to us to be able to adapt, and that really is our strength. If we can take what we have as a strength and then polish it a bit with what we learn elsewhere, I think we do great.
Interesting. And we were talking about your work and kind of the role what you're doing, right? So maybe I'll ask this question a little different way. Like, why do you work?
Why do I work? Good question. We have been having a lot of debate about that as well. I think the basic thing is, for me at least, it's the mental stimulation to start with in terms of the job itself. But I've come to appreciate working with people, to growing people and understanding how to seed the thought, mentor everyone. So I might not have said that, let's say 20 years back when it was all about, being a technical leader. I still carry that. I still love creating things, but I have more and more come to appreciate the people part of the work.
So because see, the reason for asking that question is you're working from almost last very close to 3 decades, right? And when I talk to a lot of younger generation today, they're working from 1 year or 2 years. And I see a lot of words like I'm stressed, I'm burnt out, I'm depressed, right? So people are looking at everything as a sprint, not like a marathon, right? I just wanted to know, like, what is that mindset takes you to, go to that long journey?
I think when we started off, if I reflect, I don't think we even knew the words stress or depression, right? So I'm still happy to see that they are aware. They can label their feelings, right? Maybe we had those. I don't know, but we didn't have the awareness to say, okay, now this is really stressing me out. I need to prioritize. We just did what was asked of us to do, but I have always struggled to see, okay, is that they need us to support them or manage them, or is it just a growth that they have to go through anyways, that they have to learn to sustain? We can be there to tell them how we have managed, but you never know what is the right way to manage, right? Even my kids, we keep having a debate in our, we have our group of, we join engineering together, all girls, and we are like, what should we be teaching our kids? And we have come to realize, I don't think we teach them. They teach us. You cannot manage them. You can only tell them.
True. Yeah.
And then they manage themselves. I think that's true also for young employees
right?
as well.
You're right. And I was also thinking about this topic, right? The world for which our parents have prepared us, that world is no longer existing.
True.
So then it would be disaster from our side if we also prepare our kids like how our parents have prepared us. In that way, I think our generation is in that transition where we have to unlearn a lot of things what we learned and what our parents taught us and prepare ourselves first and then give that value to our kids also, right? And similar thing with the office, isn't it? When we started our career, what we expected from our managers or leaders and what they expect today are completely different, right?
Yes.
So what are your thoughts about that? The expectation from employees on us or organizations?
Today.
Yeah.
I have been reading a lot of books to understand, because it is so uncertain in every way, geopolitically, technically, and where we are headed. It's so uncertain. So, what should you be really, doing? What should I expect from my leader, and what should my employees expect from me? I don't have a straight answer other than we can just prepare ourselves to be more agile, to be able to understand the context and then not get stressed of it, find smaller milestones that we can work with, saying, okay, it's as a big picture, it's uncertain, but here is something that is certain. This will anyway be applicable for us to do. So let's aim to do this. So somewhere working between order and a big uncertain world is what we have been trying to work with, because you also have to keep your sanity in all the uncertain situation. So yeah, no straight answer for it, but just being there, showing up, dealing with whatever happens, with the context that happens, and having the humility to say, I don't know. I don't know. Exactly like everyone else. I might know a little more, but I don't know. Let's figure this out together. If I start with my dad, he always would say, you can go to military, you can be a policewoman, you could be whatever you like. He was different. He never insisted that education was only
Option
the way
in life,
forward. It was always okay to question, argue.
One of the upcoming tennis player in somewhere in North India was shot by her dad. I feel this world should have all the dads like your dad.